Yeah, good morning, everybody. Woo! MarketChameleon.com on a great Monday. Happy Veterans Day, my friend. How you doing, man?
Well, I prefer Armistice Day. So it was the end of World War One.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah,
What,
it
you're
was a
confusing me,
marketing opportunity to change it to Veterans Day. But I love veterans, and I love Veterans Day, and I love that in the early part of the 1900s they changed it to Veterans Day from Armistice Day.
Oh, did it used to be on?
End of
Look
the
at that.
war.
See,
It
these
did.
option traders are deep history, man. Deep history. I don't. I have no idea if you're lying to me or if this is truth right now.
Well, remember, like everything on the, you put the disclaimer up.
Everything, dude. Take it with a grain of salt, man.
Everything should be taken with a grain of salt,
Dig
particularly when you're
deeper,
talking to
everybody.
the
Dig deeper. Hey,
always
everybody,
do
let me
your
know what you
research.
guys think about this ticker thing going along on the bottom here. That was my project this weekend. What do you think,
I don't know. I don't see it, so
man?
I hope everyone else sees
I
it.
just see myself.
What's ticking?
I don't know.
Volatilities,
Get all the
stock
same
symbols.
data and analytics that we're using.
Oh,
Try it for
awesome.
free, you know. And follow us
Yeah.
on Twitter, man. Hey, anybody who uses Twitter, Will's like the biggest Twitter dude ever. You want analytics and you want data and breaking news? That's Will's your guy, dude. At
Yep. I
Market
trade vol, baby. Follow me.
that's your personal one. I'll have to put that up there. I trade. All right, man. So what do we got going on this morning, man? What are you gonna bring for us today?
Did you put that disclosure up? I
I
didn't see it, but I
did,
guess I
dude.
don't.
I did. We're totally cool,
Options
man.
are risky. Look to
Everything.
spread your risk.
It's
Look to spread your risk. Chameleons,
it's risky.
do your do your research.
But I tell you
Well,
what,
the
this week is feeling good, man. This week is feeling good.
well,
Almost
it's
feels
so
like a
it's
short
always
week.
well. That's not good. Short weeks mean less trading for us, less opportunities to put something together.
Really?
Uh, yeah, I think. I mean, Mondays should be every trader's. I mean, this should be every chameleon's favorite day, the start of
Best
the
day of the
trading
week,
week.
man.
Fridays are the worst days.
Yep.
Fridays is this. What are we gonna do on Saturdays and Sundays? Travel baseball, travel soccer, surfing at the beach in Costa Rica. I mean, all
I
that. I
want to
mean,
kill
my God,
myself. I want to get back to work, man.
stay in shape, have fun. Who wants to do that when you can
Dude,
just
nobody wants to do
peruse the markets and do your research?
that, man.
That's the start of a great. Well, I guess you can do that on the weekends too. I tend to get yelled at if I'm sitting in front of the computer on the weekends.
Absolutely,
Uh,
man.
but I was
Absolutely.
looking at this today. I don't know. Actually, let me stop sharing the screen because I want to show everyone this. This bird has been haunting me
What?
for
Wait.
probably 15 years ago. Am I back on? Can you
Yeah.
see me? Am I
Wait.
stop
I'm
sharing?
seeing myself on your screen. What are you trying to show us, dude? All right. Yeah. Go ahead. All right. Now you
All
got
right.
it. Yeah.
Well,
What's this?
I read about this bird. This is a Greenberg turkey from Tyson, Texas.
Yeah.
And I've ordered one for the. I read about it like 15 years ago, and I've ordered one every Thanksgiving for the family. Uh, uh, and I forgot to order it this year. So on
Oh.
Sunday I soak up. It was like a trader's panic. I woke up. I was like, I didn't order
Cold
my
sweat.
bird. I called at first. I called the wrong number and it said this number's been disconnected. But
Disconnected.
eventually, I did get through and got to order my trichodecaphobia turkey, my 13-pound turkey.
Wait, is it
And
now? Is this like it's a free range type deal, and it's the most delicious bird in the world, or what?
no, it's not. It's a smoked bird, so it shows up in a box at your doorstep. The delivery man. I mean, even this was before Amazon when you weren't getting as many packages.
Right.
I would get this package that smells like smoke, basically. And you pop it in the fridge and open it on. Well, I ordered also on Christmas, but you open it the day you're going to use it, let it just get to room temperature, and then slice it up.
Shut up.
It,
Really? So it comes
yeah,
like
it's
pre-cooked.
really one of the great birds. And this isn't it's smoked. They smoke it for like 48 hours. That's how it's cooked. It's smoked,
So
and then
does
pop.
it arrive like how can it arrive on Thanksgiving? It's a holiday. Was it arrive the day
It,
before?
yeah, it arrives on the 21st is my order date.
Wow.
So I was able to get the order in, but when I was looking at plays, and there's no play really here, but we'll share the screen now. But it was the last thing I was looking at when I was thinking about this morning and everyone. Can I put your
So
face down?
you were thinking about birds, is what you were thinking about.
I was thinking about birds, and it's one thing to look at and keep an eye on. And he said, you know, when you we've talked quite a few times about these situations that occur, and they can lead to a change in reflection of a stock over a certain period of time, and our interest in plays in the options or the straight stocks. And nothing but this Tyson Foods, you know, watch how it does. I mean, this is going to their next earnings season. When's the next earnings season? It's November.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, so they it looks like their earnings are tomorrow of all things.
Oh my God!
But nothing before earnings. I was thinking after the holidays. You know, they may get a big jump into the holidays. But if you ever, the real risk is when the economy slows down, people may stop buying their extra bird a week. It's one of the precursors to as retail is to a slowing economy, but also. God forbid you ever get one of these bird flu situations, something like that. These stocks can tend to really start to move in a negative direction.
So wait, you didn't tell us you didn't tell us what the price of that bird is. If you're going to give them the full, by the way, they should send you a free bird. But how much does that cost for the 13-pound bird?
Oof. I shouldn't say this.
You shouldn't say because it's so embarrassing. It's $375.
No. What? Well,
come on, man.
Let me guess. You've been involved.
What would I guess with the dude? That's overnighted, right? I mean, Jesus, can you imagine they got to overnight 8,000 birds?
No, it's not. Yeah, well,
they have to overnight it, dude. If it arrives the day before, they're overnighting it to get it there on that day, dude. They have to.
It could be. So I'll give you the price, and you give me the total price.
I'd say 225.
Wow, America is a great place.
It is. In Costa Rica, by the way, just to let you know, in Costa Rica, you want a frozen, just regular, like butterball turkey type of situation, down at the Price Mart here, that thing is like, it's something like that. It's like $10 a pound or some crazy talk price.
That's amazing, because at Acme the other day, I spent $100, and she's like, go get your free turkey. I got a free 20-pound bird for spending $100, which, and it was great that they told me, right? But no, this 13-pound turkey sells for $74, and I think it came in at $90 with delivery.
Oh man, it's dirt cheap.
And it's a great smoked bird.
Dirt cheap.
Great smoked bird. But keep Tyson on your radar if you ever something pops up that you think is going to be negative for chicken sales, because they are the biggest.
Yep.
Just something to have in the back of your mind when thinking about what the risks are and the rewards are in the marketplace and how you could benefit from them. They do have while we're here, and so this earnings is tomorrow. We did find that out, and these are some.
So anybody who didn't see that, Will's clicking on the top right-hand corner. There are alerts that are coming up for that particular stock and options.
Yeah, these alerts are for everyone, but the page I'm on is part of the premium package. So this is the stock pattern. Earnings move, average price into earnings. It looks like it's gone up almost 1%. Week after earnings, it's gone up 2% 4 times in a row. If you click on the table, you can see the occurrences. And it also, the option strategy uses detection. So selling at the money straddles has worked 73% of the time. This is 11 earnings. Selling out of the money calls. So there are some things. Now listen, if all of these are what, Adam? They're all winners, have reasonable winning occurrences, but what's the risk here in all these?
Unlimited downside. Yes. So
if you're looking at the straddles, which has the highest winning, or the puts has the highest winning, you're going to have to also buy a put. You're not going to sell this thing naked. Right. You'll want to take in a credit, but make sure you buy a cheaper put, one further down. And same if you went to the at the money and sold the puts and calls, you'll butterfly it up by buying the wings, the
Love the
cheaper
butterflies.
puts and calls. Yeah.
Yep.
So just something to take a look at. Do you want to see what that would look like on a strategy payout?
I'm just looking at what's that one up top with the negative 15 OSTK. What happened there?
Oof, that was something that I recommended, I think, last week.
Oh my God. Wait a
Positive.
minute. Are you saying you picked losers?
Believe me, my friend, everyone picks losers.
There's no such thing as all winners.
No such. That's why we trade small and trade often. But
Yep.
this was more of a commentary about, and it's it depends on anyone's opinion on blockchain and the technology around blockchain. This is a retailer, and some people are very positive about the founder. Some are very negative, but he's put a lot of the chips into the blockchain space. They've created their own. It's called, I think, T0. You can go read. There's so many news stories about it. It's incredible. But their earnings was just on the 9th, and everything in there revolved around. And you see they missed revenue, or misses, but revenue in line. They're spending a lot of money on the blockchain. So this and that's what we were talking about, right? We were talking about Bitcoin in particular, but who's going to benefit? What publicly traded entities can you engage in that could give you a
right. So if you're going to buy something other than the actual crypto itself,
again,
what kind of play could you make? And so, as you said, a lot of people are betting on. Well, not a lot of people. I mean, I should say people you can bet on his company because he's moving into the blockchain space, or you bet on him. You like that dude. You think he's the right jockey to take you someplace.
Yeah. So I mean, again, I'm not sure if I showed spreads when I looked at this, but this is more of a, if you want to take a position and you're thinking about buying the Bitcoin or taking another avenue into the space as a long-term position, this is one thing this is a stock I would keep in mind. I mean, you look at the stock chart at the Bitcoin high when it was 18,000. I mean, this got up to almost $90.
Right.
I mean, you see is that now the Bitcoin is stabilized, and now this investment that got it up here, and the commentary he has about the whole blockchain and their investment is now a drag on the stock. Yep. It's eating into their earnings. I mean, this is a retailer, which is interesting because, and you and I had spoken about this, if Amazon created a coin, how successful that coin could potentially be. Well, that's what he's done, right? He's accepting his coin. He accepts Bitcoin.
Yep.
He's developing the whole retail process for accepting cryptocurrencies, particularly his.
It's one of the interesting things in that space is that anybody, like I've created coin. You can create coins. There's literally nothing stopping anybody from creating more coins.
Wait, you've created a coin?
Yep.
and you're
for educational purposes only, my friend.
And you're still doing podcasts? I mean, is this for pure fun? I mean, you must be.
Dude, let's be perfectly clear. Everything I do is for pure fun, man. There is nothing else.
Well, it is interesting, and I haven't had a chance. I actually kind of looked at it this morning because I too saw it was down 15% up on my my recent searches. So though I don't have a position in it, it's something to keep an eye on. And sadly, I'm still not sold on the space. I mean, I was advised, and we've talked about it before, to buy the Bitcoin at like 12 cents, and smartly I did, because my brother gives me such great ideas. I bought it at 12, and I was like, Jesus, it's at 24 cents. I have to sell it. I've just made a couple $100. Sometimes it hurts to be a trader. Sometimes it hurts.
It's the best.
The other thing, when I was going through the chameleon flow of information today, one thing that jumped out at me was this option volume in MRO, and I saw that made me think it's an oil stock, and the oil stocks have been beaten up. So I looked at the whole sector, the XLE, and Saudi Arabia over the weekend announced they're going to be cutting production. So this oil sector, which has been beaten up over the last, I don't know, 3 months, is I think here I would look at it as there's an opportunity for it to stabilize, and as long, I mean, this is, again, I'm building a thesis in my head. Don't run out and buy all the oils or XLE. Right. But I was looking at my thesis would be that the economy is still strong. These interest rates aren't going to short term put a major damper. I think probably you'll have a good holiday season. You're into the next, then you're in the 40 days, 50 days out, you're into the next earnings cycle. These retailers, I don't know what's showing up on your doorstep in Costa Rica, but on my doorstep, gifts are already, well, God only knows what's arriving in the boxes, but the number of boxes.
Apparently turkeys, dude.
From my personal opinion, the box numbers are going up.
Right.
If you look at that graph, it's left to right, straight up.
Right.
So, and it's a personal opinion, but I think with them cutting oil prices, you're going to have a stabilization and maybe a bullish move in these energies. So rather than picking one like that MRO, I would tend to go with the whole sector. And I did a screener of the XLE and lots of options just in this next couple days. If you think it's going to stabilize, that's 4 days. You can, there's some nice returns with the edge we like in the cushion right here. I'd prefer to take a credit if there was one. And there are some places you can take in a credit, get a return, look for the cushion. I mean, by the way, even that the 6% return is just for the next 4 days. So if you think these oil prices and the whole sector could be stabilizing here, and that this Saudi Arabian news has any impact positively, because obviously they'll be cutting cutting production. So your amount of oil you can, that's out there is going to be shrinking over the next 6 months. Chances are the price of, which isn't good for everyone, but certainly for the people who pull it out of the ground and process it and get it to us, it's probably a good thing. So,
but bad for the box.
On a
delivers, bad for the box delivers, right? When my dude comes up with my Uber and delivers my box, he's got to pay more.
That's bad. You had to say the box and take me off track again. That was another, and we had talked about this stock a long time ago, and I read something else about it over the weekend. This international paper.
Yeah, box company, man.
Paper, but yeah, boxes. They really can't. What's going on with China has really affected this stock and how people viewed it. Mm-hmm. But it's come off a bottom here. But I mean, it's all its fundamentals are very good. I mean, you look at that PE ratio.
What is it, 6?
6. I mean, you look at the dividend yield over 4%. I didn't screen for it, but I'm assuming if you do look at bull call, bull put spreads, but this is just another stock that you're wondering, really? They're the largest, and I'm going to probably corrugated paper manufacturer. So they basically make, and I'm not 100% sure if they make the boxes, but
right, they produce the foundation of the boxes.
They produce the foundation, and they may produce the boxes. I mean, Again, this is something I read about over the weekend, and you just mentioned in paper just made it jump out. I figured I'm going to actually look at this today for our retirement account, because this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
To get this return, as long as the economy just.
Well, what happens when we go to plastic boxes? Then the paper companies are dying, man.
But it's good for oil.
I'm joking, but it's incredible. I mean, you see a company like that, and you're like, wow, what's going to be? This is not a technology or something that's easily replaceable, right? This stuff. I mean,
no, you can't scale it. I mean, they fully paid for the factories. They are fully it's just, can we stay open longer?
Yep.
No one's going to get in and take market share from these guys, or it's
Yep.
going to be
It's
incredibly
tough.
hard. And
Very
and,
hard.
and they're paying you, you know, I don't know, that's got to be twice what the SPY is paying right now. They're paying you to hold this stock. And, we all see what's going on our front stoop every day with delivery. These boxes aren't going to stop anytime soon,
Yep.
in my opinion, which is humble, because I've been humbled by that overstock this morning. And there's not a big short interest in it either. So it's I think that the fear of what's happening in the White House relative to China, and and again, I'm relaying what was said in this article. This isn't coming from right out of my head, but we did look at this when it jumped up. I don't know if you remember, but we looked
Yeah, a
at
while back.
there's a good product. I'm talking about it. This best dividends. So you go to dividends, the best dividends, and we were looking at. There's one rebounding from the 52-week low. So we were looking at dividends, high-paying dividend stocks that you could get in that are coming off a recent sell-off. And so there's this Carnival. I may have to look at that today, see what's going on there. That's a stock I've owned periodically. Iridian Mountain. This is a REIT. But anyways,
have you ever even been on a cruise, my friend?
I haven't. But the people who haven't done just one. They do.
It's so funny, right? It's like, I don't know. There's almost like a stigma about cruises for a lot of people, right?
Only for non-cruise riders, and that's actually, by the way, that's another sector. Just like I talked about Tyson's today, that is another sector. You have one cruise ship incident. I mean, it's something that can last for a while.
Yep.
So be aware. I mean, I can show you plenty of videos where it shows a cruise liner that all of a sudden hits rough surf. But you can imagine if it's something where it deteriorates really quickly with the availability of live streaming, video from every passenger. Cruise lines can take a short-term, hit. So, and it's in because this just popped up to me now. This wasn't a. So, I mean, I'm gonna go look and see well, they missed. It looks like no. Well, I'm gonna go through the news this morning and see why it's been down. It could be a lot of things. It could be that it was a precursor to people thinking the economy was definitely slowing down, make a trip, but whatever. Again, it's dig down, do your research. I mean, the yield is good, the PE. I mean, it's something to look at and start building a story around. My bearish look of the day, I went to the stock screener. I just used the move-in average indicator. I was looking for bearish crossovers, see if anything jumped out at me. The first thing that pops up is the summary. So what jumps out at you with this bearish picture?
We got a little bit of the fangs going on up there.
Yeah, it's the technology. They still seem, there's Netflix is in here as well. These technology stocks, by the way, if you look at this, Home Depot, I think, reports this week, so be aware of that bearish crossover. But I was more interested in, because they jumped out at me right away, it was the Apple, Amazon, Google, right at the top, and also the volatility skew is bearish. The most bearish is Google. I did a screen. If you think this FANG beatdown continues, you can take a short-term look, move it out further. I'm sure there are a lot, as far out as you want to go. But I would stay within the first two expiration cycles if I'm looking at the spreads, and make sure you take the edge we like to have, which is the cushion, and then a return. This return, by the way, is through the end of the week. So you can get some nice returns for 4 days if you're bearish on these FANGs continuing their downward trend.
Interesting, man. All right, dude. Good stuff today. Wow, a lot of stuff, man. So much for the quick option report, man. Go deep, my friend.
Well,
deep dive.
You start asking questions, and that's the,
all of a sudden, boom.
Nice thing about the Chameleon is you can
It's endless,
dig
my
deep.
friend.
You
That's
can
why
either
Monday's the
dig
best day of
shallow
the
or
week.
dig deep.
All right,
It
everybody.
is.
Remember,
Start of the trading.
click down below. I put some links down there for you. You can visit us, MarketChameleon.com. Follow along with Will and look at all this data and information analytics for your trading. You can follow us on Twitter at Will McBride. No, I'm kidding.
No. You can follow me personally at iTradeVol.
I trade Vol. Will if you want to see a picture of his cat. And but anyway,
No,
have a
it's
great
my
day.
cat trading during
Cat
the
trade.
day.
Dude, I'm on it right now. I'm going there right now. Cattrading.com.
All right.
All right,
Thanks,
everybody.
Chameleons.
Take care.
Love you.
Have
Have
a
a good trading week. Bye. All right.